Hey you guys, sorry it's been a while since I've posted, but I've been pretty busy with life and just being a mom, and I wanted to talk about today my experience with being homeless and how it made me feel and just kind of what it was like to be homeless. I know that a lot of people would look at me and think that I, have never been homeless, but it was probably one of the most traumatic experiences that I had in my addiction. And I didn't realize this at the time when I was high, because I didn't care about anything when I was high and stuff like that, but I just want to take you through a day of what it looked like for me to be homeless. So obviously I was doing heroin, so I couldn't start the day off without heroin because I would be super sick. And living here in Phoenix, it is really hot during the summer, so it gets up to like 110, 115, sometimes even 120. So I literally have only a backpack to my name with dirty clothes that I've probably had in my backpack for weeks upon weeks. I don't have any food, so my day would look like I'd have to get high. Sometimes I wouldn't even have enough money to go buy any drugs, so I'd be walking the streets in the heat, no water. I wouldn't even have enough money for cigarettes, and if you smoke cigarettes, you know how much it sucks to not have any cigarettes. So I'd just be walking around the streets in the hot sun, probably dehydrated as hell, not having any idea of what my day was gonna look like, because the only thing I could focus on was getting my next fix. So I'd have to go to the store, I'd have to go and steal whatever I could to, like if I was hungry, I'd go steal some food. I'd go up to random people and ask them if they had some money that they could spare so that I could actually get high and not actually use it for food, because I would feed my habit before I'd feed my body. And I didn't really have any direction for my day. I kind of just did what I felt was the next right step. So I'd go ask people for money, steal food, steal anything I could that I could maybe sell to get some drugs. And I had, it'd be lucky if I showered, once every 2 weeks, or I remember my boyfriend and I at the time, we used to have to go into his mom's backyard when she would leave for work and shower in her hose. And I would steal shampoo and conditioner. I always made sure that I had perfume though, because I gotta be smelling somewhat not ranky all the time. So I would have perfume in my purse all the time. And of course I'd have makeup, so I kind of would look somewhat presentable, but except for if I picked my face that day from the meth or the heroin, then I'd be looking real crazy, and I looked like your typical homeless drug addict. So every night it was just so hard to not know how your day's gonna look. Like, are you gonna eat? Are you gonna get water? Where are you gonna sleep? So sleeping situation. Most of the time I would have someone who would let me and my boyfriend at the time stay in their house, but most of the time I'd get us kicked out for some stupid reason. I'd try to steal something in their house, or just something ridiculous would happen. So we'd be walking the streets, and that's where the meth would come in to play, because it'd keep us awake so we wouldn't have to sleep. We'd sleep in parks, we'd sleep under bridges, we'd sleep under staircases, really anywhere that we could find some type of shelter. And then also we wanted to kind of be away so that we could shoot up our drugs. And this might be a really difficult video for some people to kind of watch, but this is what the day-to-day of a drug addict really looks like. And I'm sure that everyone's got their own stories, but they're all similar. They're all the same, and just the hardships that we put ourselves in as drug addicts or alcoholics or whatever the situation may be. We didn't ask to, we didn't wake up one day and said, I feel like being a homeless drug addict. I made that choice on my own, My family didn't want anything to do with me anymore, so I kind of I was so comfortable in misery, and that's what makes me so sad when I see people who are in a situation I used to be in, is that they're totally comfortable with being miserable. and sitting there on the streets and just thinking that they have nothing better for their life. And man, Jesus does not want us to live that way. He didn't create us to be homeless and have no hope in our life. You know, He created us to have joy and peace. Yeah, we still have hardship and things don't go the way that we plan in our life, but He does not want us to be homeless. And you know, if you do see, so this is the point I wanted to make too, is if you see a homeless person, don't automatically just jump to a conclusion that they're complete loser, low-life people. Yes, they might have chosen to be homeless by drugs and alcohol, but they need love. They need people to say, hey, can I get you some food? Hey, do you want some water? You know, hey, can I sit and talk with you for a minute, see what's going on in your life? You know, you don't have to always just jump straight to judgment and be critical and hard on these people. One thing I would not recommend is giving them money, because they're probably just going to use it for alcohol, drugs, or anything other than what they say they're going to use it for, because we're great manipulators. But one thing I would say is to, that's my husband and my son. He doesn't like to be on camera. One thing I would say though is to just be a good human to them and speak to them. And you know, I remember thinking that people just look at me like I was just this disgusting, dirty person, and it would just, you know, yeah, I chose to be that way. I'm not trying to say, you know, feel bad for them and pity them, but treat them like human beings and just realize that, you know, being homeless is a very hard thing. And honestly, some of these people say that they enjoy being homeless because they're just so used to it. Not that they're actually used to, you know, not having anything, but they're used to just living honestly like animals. And that's so not good. You know, there's so many ways to help them, you know. So that's going to be my next video, is the best treatment options for drug addicts, alcoholics, and also places that you can refer homeless people if you live here in Phoenix, Arizona. Or I don't know, you know, what kind of states have certain rehabilitation centers or homeless shelters, but I can speak for Arizona. But then this will hopefully spark some interest for maybe those of you who are in a different state, and maybe you can Google different places that you can help send them to if you see them on the street. So I just wanted to put this quick video out because I know I haven't posted for a while, but I've been getting a lot of responses on my addiction videos, so I think I'm going to start making more videos on addiction and recovery and just kind of what that looks like. And if you guys have any like ideas for anything you want to find out or know, just comment down below so that I can have more ideas for what videos to share with you guys. And just know that if you know anyone who's homeless, just keep praying for them and just be Jesus to them and show them the love of Christ. You know, even if you're not a Christian, you can still show love. You can still be a kind person to people that are in need and that are kind of in a hopeless situation. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be posting hopefully again shortly. Bye.